Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me, and thank you, Chat Manitors, for your help. I appreciate it. And today's Monday, so you get to see me twice. And on the 3rd, which is Thursday, tomorrow is the 1st, Wednesday, Thursday. Linda G will be with us, so it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And okay, the top two stories in the news, it feels like to me, still Paul Pelosi and Elon Musk. Somebody posted something on my comment board, and it made sense. When someone like Paul get hit with anything that has to do with you get hit in the head, absolutely, that's going to have an impact on you. And I agree with her. And also, I did not know. I knew. Well, I can't tell the difference when somebody is in critical care in a hospital or in a regular room. So, and they said this morning he's still in critical condition, but I feel he will be okay. Keep our fingers crossed. But the reason why I am bringing the Paul Pelosi story first is because Democrats have a very hard time believing that they can still shame Republicans into joining them and do the right thing for America. Republicans, intuitively I feel, Republicans do not care about country anymore. What they care about is take power. That's all they want. And if you notice, and I've said that either Saturday, I believe, I said maybe one or two of them came out and said this was wrong. What Republicans are doing, they are grooming, they are saying Democrats are grooming certain types of people, but they are the ones who are grooming bigots, racists, however you want to call them. Okay? Just like Trump did. They thought what Trump did was smart. So they are carrying forward the Trump theory. The Trump's approach of doing things. I feel they're going to lose. This is not. A lot of Americans don't like this. They don't want America to go back to the. Well, it's never going to go back. But and the minds of people like Trump, his MAGA crowd, and Republicans, they think they can bring the country back. Like right now, we know college admission for minorities, okay, is at the Supreme Court. Yes, that's something Robert always wanted to do, okay. They think they can bring back the 1950s. They can roll back a whole slew of things. That's not going to happen. And also, they think also that because if you notice, a lot of Republican candidates, they made it it's a task. They made it their business to have a picture of themselves or a video of themselves shooting a weapon, as if they're scaring somebody or trying to scare people. Basically, that's all they do now. Lie, fearmonger, and those type of things. That's how, and it's working with some people. And complain about inflation that they have no solution for. Intuitively, I feel this is going to work for a short period. And as far as the midterm is concerned, if, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, if the number of young people the way I'm hearing the type of people who are going out and to vote early, if that continues, we will be able to keep the House and the Senate. Like I said, and also we have to understand Republicans are doing everything they can right now to suppress the vote, from saying that according to somebody's poll, or they're putting all kinds of polling out saying they are winning. That too is part of them trying to suppress the vote. They are doing a whole bunch of stuff. Some of them we are conscious of, some of them we're not even conscious of, because they are learning pretty well from Putin and Orban, those approaches, okay? So they have a combination of things coming on. And by the way, intuitively, I also feel Elon Musk, I don't know how many of you heard what he did. He retweeted something, a lie, about Paul Pelosi, that the person who was there knew Paul Pelosi. I'm not going to get into this thing. You know, guys know what I'm talking about. He's not a stranger to Paul. Okay, I don't even want to get into that. So he retweeted that stuff, among other things he's done since he's on Twitter. I feel he's in trouble. Do you guys remember? I told you my prediction was, first of all, I don't feel he's going to be able to keep Twitter. Number two, that guy is going to, if he's not already under scrutiny, he thinks he has a lot of money and he's going to be able to get away with certain things. First of all, Trump is going to get indicted. Number two, at some point down the line, he's going to find himself, and it's not going to take that long, at the wrong end of the American government. And let me say this. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Elon Musk, thank you very much, Jordan Johnson, and for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Let me tell you something, guys. Some immigrants, I'm an immigrant as well. I'm so appreciative of where I came from. My father had the foresight to say, you know something, I don't think I can raise my kids in this country. I'm going to go someplace else. And he brought me here. I don't want to recreate the situation that forced my dad to leave, Haiti to come here. But people like Elon Musk and the Murdochs don't care. You know why? They think they have a couple of pennies. They can go anywhere in the world and live peacefully. I got news for them. That's not going to happen. They don't care about democracy. They don't care about other people. All they care about is what they want. A lot of people are saying, well, he posted, he retweeted some of those lies, and then he deleted the tweet. It's on purpose. It's by design. It was not a mistake, like he did not know. Okay? Let's say, for example, there's a newspaper in California, San Francisco something, is the one that posted about Paul Pelosi. Okay? Elon Musk, he has tons of aides around him. All he has to do is, if he doesn't want to, well, I don't even feel like saying, intuitively, I don't feel he tweets everything. He has others who has access to his account, and he can tell them to construct a tweet, basically tell them what he wants. So he has all the information at his fingertips. He knew what he was doing intuitively, because as I was looking at it yesterday, he knew. I could see him looking at information about, I think, San Francisco Chronicle or something like that they call it. But intuitively, I feel the Murdochs, Musk, among others, they don't care. They think they are friends with, they have business interests in Russia, in China, among other places. If democracy has to be done away with for them to continue to pile on money as if they don't have enough already, we are mistaken. And yes, he will be stopped. Yes, Murdoch's will be stopped because intuitively I feel our government has realized, yes, they have a First Amendment right to go out, to have, their broadcasting companies, their media companies, but Lord knows how many people how many deaths Fox News has caused for lying to their audience about COVID. So I said a long time ago that Fox is going to have to change their format. I feel some people in our government at the decision-making level are beginning to realize that these guys are not in the best interest of America, specifically our democracy. And there is a group of them, it's a network of the super wealthies that are pulling certain strings, doing certain things. Another thing that really got me concerned, they have right now, and Democrats are sleeping asleep at the switch. They have a youth movement now, conservative youth movement. They've done that before, but right now, intuitively I feel, with the internet, that thing can get really potent. It feels like Democrats are just trying to figure out what to do. I'm sure they're going to have to create their own as well. I don't feel Trump, Elon Musk, the Murdochs, among others, are going to win. But we have a fight on our hands, and let's hope people continue to go to the poll and vote, because the DeSantis of the world, and look at that guy from Virginia, Youngkin, the way he basically thought he could get a laugh out of what happened to Paul Pelosi. In any event, what we are seeing is there is a lot more going on behind the scene, and there is a lot more coordination as well, going on. Musk taking over Twitter, a lot of people on the conservative, I've been saying this for a long time, he didn't just do it. There were reasons behind it. If he doesn't do something, Twitter will go out of business, or it will come like, I don't remember the name of some other platforms that all the conservative piled on. It was like a hit machine. Parler, that's what Twitter is going to become if Musk is not careful. I was confusing the two names, Musk and Murdoch. I had to get that straight on my mind. In any event, that's my prediction for these two guys. Oh my God. I knew there was a name I had to remember. I don't know how many of you I don't know him. Today was the first time I've seen him. His name is Pastor Jamal H. Bryan. There is a clip of a sermon he gave, I assume it was yesterday at a church, about Herschel Walker. I feel it's not only him. Remember, guys, I've been telling you, Democrats have to go out and basically make Republicans face their shenanigans. Obama did that over the weekend, and he did it exactly the way I'd probably do a little more. The way I would take it to Republicans. And that pastor gave a speech or a sermon yesterday at a church in Georgia. You guys should watch it. The name is bear repeating. Oh, maybe I should. Okay, I'll see if I can find a link to it. His name is Pastor Jamal H. Bryant. All right. Anybody who sees that clip will vote against Walker. Let's put it that way. I I have been saying to you for a long time, well, basically not for a long time, but for some months now, I did not feel she was a good, well, basically I feel she's over his head of China. Okay. I was over the weekend, I was looking at his approach to governing. And like I've said to you, I didn't feel he was qualified, and he has a reason to his level of to a point where he's incompetent. He can't do the job. I feel like saying she is going to have my prediction, a very bad first year. And my prediction is the next 2 years will determine if she will remain in power in China. I think they said for 6. He's elected for 6 years or something like that. Things are going to get so rough and so rocky for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he just give up. That's my prediction. Brazilian Crystal says, ask me, Emilio, did you see where the U.S. is building an air base in the northern territory of Australia? No, the B-52 bombers are meant to send China a message. Oh, yeah. It's not only Biden is doing, is using some tactics, and I feel that's putting a lot of fears in Putin and Xi, because if you see the way the Ukrainians are beating Putin, it's a smaller country than Russia. His military is a lot smaller. And the way they just they have decimated the Russian military. And it's not only me predicting. Do you guys remember I said Ukraine has some more surprises for Putin? I believe they just sunk one of Putin's major warships in the Black Sea. And they're going to have more of those to come. In any event, she's watching the way how Russia is doing in Ukraine. And he thinks by studying what's happening in Ukraine, he's going to be able to position himself to take over Taiwan, among other places that, because from what I read in the news, he wants to take back any area in Asia that used to belong to China. I think, I don't think that's going to happen. That's my prediction. And we have other surprises in store for Xi. And also, he may not even get to that intuitively, I feel like saying, to the point where he take those type of actions because his economy, among other things, and also the readiness of his troops and his military Yes, he's going to have a lot of gadgets and stuff like that, but if you don't have the right people to operate them, and you know something, at this point, intuitively, I feel I'm not a military person. Obviously, I don't know anything about war fighting. I don't feel it's going to help Xi. Not at all. We've passed the point where you have 1,000,000 and I have 200,000, you're going to beat me up. Not going to happen. Doesn't work like that anymore. So, and look at Ukraine and Russia. How they're basically mowing down, unfortunately, young kids because of somebody's ego. And I just read this morning that's going to prove me right. They said that Putin doesn't have very long to left in his position in Russia, because the elite, they are already thinking of a Russia without Putin. And that resonates with me based on what I have been feeling about Putin. We have to do a little something about Trump. Emotionally, he's a wreck. Regardless of what you see on TV and his stupid kids are doing, like Don Jr., people have told him. In fact, I'm sorry, I just read before I came on, Republicans are bracing themselves. I read it just a little while ago for a Trump indictment after the midterm. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if it's going to be after the midterm or the beginning of next year. But I don't feel it's too far and the not too distant future. I would prefer before Christmas, really, just a little gift to the Trumps and his MAGA movement. They will lose. They can use violence, all kinds of threats. I don't feel it's going to work intuitively. Republicans, I feel intuitively, are making a major mistake because they are so greedy for wealth and power. Just like if you look at what McCarthy is doing, making promises to idiots like Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Intuitively, I don't see any good coming out of this. And let me tell you, I'm not saying they're going to take over the House, but if that were to happen, if the momentum that we have right now, people going out to vote, okay, was to stop abruptly and they take over the House, there is going to be one item on the agenda: chaos. And people would turn on them, except for a minority of the MAGA movement that would stick with them because that's what they want on the libs. But beyond that, yes, just like the Supreme Court justices, the conservative ones, are complaining people are crossing the line when they attack them, their integrity. They have no integrity. Republicans are going to feel the same way. Yeah. And whether they take the House or not, it's going to hit them in a different way. That's my prediction. And 1 second. I just want to make sure there are a couple of things I wanted to. Okay, now I will answer your questions. Sorry. I wanted to make sure Oh, Marsha Green says Pastor Jamal Bryant is got the pastor who worked for the former guy. No, no, no. Jamal Bryan is not had nothing to do with Trump. He gave a sermon yesterday at a church in Atlanta, and I can't do what he says justice. You guys have to watch it, and if I can find a link to post on the community tab, I will. You got to watch that video. Oh my God. He's saying something to the effect that if you remember when the war in Ukraine started and Zelensky said he didn't need a ride, well, this is something like that. He says we don't need a walker. And exactly, I think I said something last week, like the Republican Party want Walker because unfortunately he has gotten hit too many times when he played football. So he's just going to be there like a mannequin, marionette. They tell him what to do and he follows to it. And also he says something that's very, oh my God. The Republican Party wants to put Walter in the Senate as a reflection of how they view some of the minority community or how they view the minority community. I mean, that stung, and it's true. I mentioned something like that, not the Walker as, to portray. It's not that I didn't think about it. Yes, I felt the same way. But I was not about to say it on here. And he said it. But I thought it was enough for me to just say they were going to put him there because they think they can use him. But some Republicans, that's part of their agenda, to remind people how black people are not very smart. Yeah. And Walker is all in. Okay, so you gotta watch that video. It's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go after some more questions. All right. Marsha Green is saying, no, Milu, he talked about the pastor for Trump. He said they were wrong and was not serving God. But man, well, that was maybe part of his speech. But I'm telling you, watch the thing on Twitter. Yeah, that might have been. I didn't see that part. I saw the part where he said we don't need a walker. Okay, go on Twitter and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sure that it was because what's on Twitter is a couple of minutes long. I'm sure his sermon was a lot longer. All right. Chris M. Oh, it seems like Chris M. saw it. Chris M. said that video was epic. It gave many of us a breath of fresh air. We don't need a walker. We need a runner. There you go. Just like Zelensky, we don't need a ride. We need bullets, and it fits. Oh my God, thank you for confirming what I know. What I saw, what I heard on Twitter. Oh my God, if you that made so much sense. If you see that video, if you weren't thinking of going out to vote, you're going to go out and vote. And if you are going to vote for anyone else, but if you are going to vote for Walker, you're going to change your mind. It's Christina Smart. I see Kanye's name. That's why I'm going to Christina Smart. When is Kanye going to go broke? Money is the only language he understands. I feel like saying if I would be surprised in the next couple of years if he doesn't go belly up, because belly up for Kanye is being a multimillionaire. He's not going to have billions. He's not going to have the entourage that he has today. people are not going to work with him anymore. So he's going to be able to own, a nice home somewhere and focus on himself and taking care of his mental health. Nobody is going to do business with Kanye in the near future. That's my prediction. This guy's done. That's another thing. Unfortunately, I'm going to talk in that language. It's not something that I like to do. Some black people, like Kanye, and the guy also that ran in California, I forget his name, but he ran as a Republican against the California governor. These guys, I don't well, who else? Justice Thomas. I'm not quite sure what they're thinking. They are being used. And they're going along for the ride. For some reason, it makes them feel good. And they don't get it. They think, I'm big, I'm this. No, you are a token. They're using you for a purpose. And a lot of those guys, I hope they are watching what's going to happen to Kanye. I hope they realize the same thing is going to happen to them the minute they overstep their bounds. And that's why I feel intuitively I feel Justice Thomas is next. And it's not because he crushed his Republican handlers, like the 1% of the 1% who is telling him don't go anywhere. It's going to reach a point during this investigation. It's going to be untenable for him to stay in his position. Too much is going to be in the public about what him and his wife knew and what they did. That's my prediction. So Kanye is learning right now, and maybe 5-10 years from now, Kanye will be able to earn a little more money because he's going to reach a point. He's going to have to start saying, please give me a chance. Right now, he's still playing in an arrogant way. And also, there's something else that's happening. Other racist and anti-Jewish people are using him to promote their cause. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the video, or there was somebody projected at a stadium in Florida and also at a hotel in Miami somewhere that Kanye was right. You have a whole bunch of people doing these type of things. This guy's done. That's the last thing you want to happen to you when you are in a position of influence. And that's what Elon Musk is going to learn. And I feel other people, I know Elon Musk is not black, but Elon Musk, the reason why I'm talking about Elon Musk in that sense is because he's from South Africa. He knows how blacks were treated. But he's coming here, he thinks he's going to use his money to do the same thing in a different way. And also basically destroy democracy. But to me, they're all going to pay the same price. The only difference is between Kanye and Musk. It's taking a little longer for Musk, but people have noticed what he's up to. And Kanye, yeah, I hope other black people who are being used by the 1% of the 1% of the Republican Party take notice, because the same thing is going to happen to them too. They're not like Kanye West, maybe they have a couple of $1 million, but once they turn off the spigot, that's it. They're done. They go on Fox News and be stupid, say dumb thing. Who else? There is a black woman on Fox. I don't remember her name right now because as I'm speaking, she was just shown to me. watch what's going to happen after the. Let me see if somebody knows who I'm talking about. I'm sure one of you, somebody has to know who I'm talking about. Uh, After the voting machine manufacturers are done with Fox, when they start reorganizing and getting rid of the worst among them, they're never going to be a liberal or another MSNBC. No, they will still do the conservative stuff, but they're going to have to face reality the way they're lying to the public, to their viewers, and promoting people like Trump, DeSantis, that are going to go out and lie. That woman is going to be one of the people, they're going to cut off. I just forget her name. No, yes, I don't know if her name is Kimberly, but Harris is her name. Something Harris. I don't know if it's Kimberly. No, not Candice Owen. That's another one that's being used. She has no clue. She has no idea. I don't even want to talk about her. She's just making a couple of dollars and she thinks she's something. Yeah, do you see what's happening to Kanye? Psh. Deborah Miles, it's Harris, but I don't know if it's Federica. But her name is, I believe her last name is. Thank you, Meg Ryan. Harris Faulkner. That's it. Thank you. Yep. Watch how she's going to take a fall. All right. Okay, let me scroll for more questions. But yes, we have some, in the next couple of years, we're going to see the demise. That's the last thing I want. I wish those people were smart enough to realize, I'm being used and change the tactics. But to make a couple of dollars, guys, look, I love money too. We need money to survive, to live. I would like to be able to pay, I was thinking about that the other day. I wish I could pay my rent for a year in full and don't want to worry about it anymore. The point I'm trying to make it, I love money too. I want to make money. But when you sell your soul and you being, and that's one of the problems I used to have when I was in corporate, I didn't have that personality and I would, oh my God. I used to stand up and they couldn't take it. And you don't have to do what I did, but you don't have to be a puppet either. And that's what these people are doing. And Kanye is the big chief. Oh my God. In any event, let me get off on Kanye because this is not good. All right. Okay. Oh my God. Lenders, this is worth mentioning. Sierra McDowell, I'm sorry, said Steve Landers is running for mayor here in Arkansas, and his supporters brought weapons to the election polls the other day. His supporters brought weapons to the polls the other day. It was crazy. That's what I was talking about Friday or Saturday night. I mentioned Republicans are doing these things, and they think that they're going to continue to scare people until people on the other side say, you know what, we have enough of you. It's going to be a problem, and it's going to happen. And I'm sure our authorities are thinking of the same thing. They're not stupid. There are some very smart people in our government. They're going to have to get ahead of this because it's coming, and Republicans will lose. And that's what I was saying at the beginning. They are using fears. They think that, they can scare others. And that's why they have a proliferation of guns in Florida and in Texas. In Texas and in Florida right now, if you made a mistake on a highway while driving, somebody can come out with a gun. I was reading a story this morning. Republicans think that, well, what they're getting is not what they expected. The outcome they are getting from allowing everybody to carry a gun, stupid idiots, they didn't realize that. That's what they're getting. It's worse than New York and any place else. Okay, but if they think, because you see, it's not only law-abiding citizens who are getting all those guns. A lot of criminals and crazies are getting those guns as well. Can you imagine what would happen to poor Pelosi if it was Florida, where anybody can go out and buy a gun? Yeah, or Texas, you don't even need a permit. Yeah. Okay. So, and intuitively, I feel all these things are going to backfire on them. And Republicans think they can fight. I have news for them. My prediction is they will lose that fight, just like when the North was fighting against the South over slavery. The same would repeat. The South will lose again, or whatever they call themselves. Yeah. Okay. All right, friends. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com. Or you can call me or on my YouTube number, or send me an email. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe. And also don't forget to tap on the bell, the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. I will see you all this evening. Today is Monday. So till then, bye.